And here we are at Taste Orange, where I've been joined by one of the better dressed winemakers in the room. Will, good to meet you.
Thank you, nice to meet you.
And we're looking at Belgravia wine today, named after the posh suburb in London.
No, I don't think so. I think where Belgravia, where we are, was an old little suburb way back when it was first founded and settled. I guess there was a post office and I think a school there or something. But today there's not much there at all. Dirt roads and us.
And your vineyards.
Yeah.
How much vineyard have you got?
So we got 193 hectares.
Wow.
So we were set up predominantly as like a growing operation, I guess. And we've changed. We sort of changed that at the moment. We're focusing more on the fruit quality for our own wine, and we're sort of probably going to scale the growing side back a bit, which is a bit of a sign of the times, I guess. But
And how many different sort of grapes do you specialise in?
We grow. There's a fair bit of variety actually. We've got Chardonnay in the whites is the biggest planting. Then we've got Sauv Blanc, Riesling, Pinot Gris, Gewurztraminer. What else have we got? Viognier and Roussanne.
Okay, quite a few.
Yeah, and then when we go into the reds, the Shiraz is the biggest planting that we've got overall. Shiraz, Cabernet Merlot, and some Sangiovese, and we're maybe going to do a bit of Pinot, but possibly not.
And how's the Sangiovese going?
Sangiovese is going well actually. Sells really well. I think it's such an easy drinking style, and
because it's not. Wouldn't have thought of orange, or high up as being necessarily a sort of Sangiovese area, but
no, I think that's right. Although there's about, I think there's only there's sort of three serious plantings of Sangiovese in orange, and we're probably the lowest. We're more like 650 where ours is, and then there's two others that are a little bit higher. So, but it grows quite well for us at that altitude.
Fantastic. Let's get into some wine because the glasses have been empty for far too long. Excited to try some Gewurztraminer today, because you just don't see much of it around, I don't think.
No.
So really interesting to have a look at this. 2010, all estate grown fruit, of course.
Yeah.
And anything funky in the winemaking, or just very simple?
No, it's one of those wines that on the vineyard it just I guess the harsher the conditions, like in the drought years, it's just been thriving. It just loves, I don't know, it loves a challenge, I guess. It grows really well, and you can taste the when we're sort of just before we're picking the fruit and you're tasting the berries, you can just taste it in the glass. There's nothing to it really. We bottle it pretty well as early as possible, and it's just got so much flavour. Yeah,
and I guess one of the things I watch out in Gewurztraminer is sometimes the acid isn't always there, and it can get a bit flabby.
Yep.
But with your sort of altitude, it shouldn't be a problem, should it?
Yeah. No. There's so much. That's one thing that orange definitely has, is that natural acid. You never have to worry about acid. So it's evident in all orange wines, and it's really an important part of what makes it different, I guess.
And that comes through tasting it here. Lots of really floral on the nose, really expressive, even though the bottle is just opened, just in a little glass there, but heaps of flavour coming out. Lots of kind of blossomy characters, and on the palate, really quite apricot-y. If I was given it blind, I might almost kind of steer into sort of Viognier territory in terms of flavours.
I think the smell, on the nose, it's obvious Gewurz, I think. But on the palate, like you say, there is that sort of apricot-y, stony fruits, but there's certainly that that traditional gingery and spice and that kind of stuff too. But it's an interesting. It's been really popular actually. Popular with the Thai and Chinese cuisine.
Anyway, well, that's delicious. Really like the texture, and also the acid coming through, and as we were saying on the nose, that just really kind of beautiful, pretty blossom kind of character. But like I said at the beginning, Gewurztraminer is not something that necessarily you can find very easily around about on wine lists or on in retail these days. So leave us a comment if Gewurztraminer is something that you love or something that you hate, because it's definitely a grape that, whether you love it or hate it, deserves a bit more chat about it. What's a secret skill about you that no one's out there is going to know? What have you been keeping from everyone all these years?
My personal secret skill, or I don't know, maybe possibly my poker playing, but I don't get to.
Poker playing.
I found out that
We should have more card games on Spitbucket with wine
I reckon
and
it'd be
cigars.
perfect. Yep.
Can we make that happen this week? Excellent. Right, we're gonna have the first annual Spitbucket Poker, Cigar and Wine competition coming up on Spitbucket soon. I'm very much looking forward to that, and you'll join us.
I'd love to volunteer. Yeah.
All right, we've got one. It sounds like we've got a bit of a demon in our midst already. But anyway, thank you very much for joining us and for bringing along Gewurztraminer. Always really interesting to see that grape, especially from a lovely cold climate region like Orange. I think we'll leave it there. Remember to leave us a comment if you want to talk about Gewurztraminer. And we'll say cheers. This has been Spitbucket, where we spit.
Cheers.
So you don't have to. Bye.